If you like what's going on at the company, you don't get to thank us. And if you don't like what's going on at the company, you don't get to blame us. So, as I've told many, many times before, Ben and I are old friends from junior high school. We met when we were 13 years old, growing up in Long Island. We met in gym class because we were the two slowest, fattest kids in the class. And we were running around the track together. There was this pack of kids up in the front, and it was Ben and me in the back. The coach was yelling at us, "Gentlemen, you got to run the mile in under 7 minutes. If you don't, you're going to have to do it again." And Ben would yell back at the coach, "Gee, coach, if I don't do it in under 7 minutes the first time, I'm certainly not going to do it." Be our own bosses, since we always like to eat quite a bit. We thought we'd do something with food. We picked homemade ice cream, didn't know anything about it. We learned how to make ice cream from a $5 correspondence course from Penn State University. We were really broke at the time, so we split one course between us, $250 apiece. They were all open book tests. We got A's on all our tests, and we figured we were ready to make ice cream. So then we needed to look around for a place to open up, and Ben and I decided we wanted to live in a rural college town. We thought that college kids eat a lot of ice cream. Didn't want to be in a city, and then we also thought it would be good if it were warm. You know, we're going to sell ice cream warm. So, and I know you guys are like way too young to remember this, but this was before there were personal computers. I mean, this was back in 1978. So Ben and I had to do this this study, a manual cross-correlation to find the perfect place. So Ben had the Atlas and the Almanac on the one hand, and I had the American Guide to Colleges. So I'm looking up all these college towns and the populations, and Ben's looking up the mean and the median temperatures, and we merged these two lists together and determined that all warm rural college towns already had ice cream parlors. So we decided to discard the idea of warm, thinking that we would be much better off in a place where there was no competition, because we had no idea what we were doing. And so we picked Burlington, Vermont, beautiful place, home of the University of Vermont. It's about an hour south of the Canadian border, and because it was so cold all the time, there were no other ice cream parlors. But that was fine with us. So then we need to raise some money. Ben and I had each saved where we said, well, Ben, if there's something you don't like about the way business is done, why don't you just change it? And as Ben says, that had never really occurred to me. So at that point, we decided to stay with the business and see if we could make it something that was supportive of employees in the community, supportive of the environment. And at that time, oh boy, the business was probably doing about $3 million in sales, and we were just bursting at the seams. We were making ice cream in this 3,000 square foot rented facility using equipment that was World War II vintage.